So joining us now is singer Hazlett. Thanks so much for being here today.
Thanks for having me.
I know you performed at Royale in Boston.
Mm-hmm.
How did you like the crowd?
It was good. I'm like a lifelong Celtics fan, so to finally come to Boston and play last night, I was like, oh, I'm with my people. This is great.
Oh, that's great. Now, growing up in Australia, what made you a Celtics fan?
I think I just got into basketball one day and I turned it on and I was like, I like these guys. I'm gonna go for these guys.
That's great. And we've had you ever since.
Yes, exactly.
So you're based in Sweden now. How did that come about, and why Sweden?
So I was in a band early when I was younger, and then band broke up. I got a job in an advertising agency because I quit music, and I started playing in pubs to pay the bills, essentially. And this guy that knew our band called me up and he's like, hey, you didn't tell me you could sing. And I was like, I can't sing. And he was living in Sweden doing music, and he's you should come up here and start writing and recording. And I went up and I kind of never left, and been there ever since.
So you didn't start singing in public till you were 25?
Yeah, and I started doing it because I needed money, basically. So singing Wonderwall covers every night.
More the necessity than just the artistic pursuit. So for people who aren't familiar with your sound, how would you describe it?
I found this term called like ballroom folk that I really like, because it's folk music, but I love it in a big grand setting, or a big soundscape, or lots of reverb and stuff like that. So that's the weird expression I've come up with for it.
Yeah, and you have a new album out, so that's what this tour is all about?
Yeah.
So you played Boston. What other cities are you going to hit while you're here?
We're off to New York, DC, Philly, and Nashville, I think, are the last ones on the tour. Yeah.
You know, there are so many Australian actors and musicians, artists that are just drawn to the U.S.
Yeah.
How do you go about thinking, you ended up going to Sweden to write for people, but when you think, boy, I want to break onto the global music scene, does that seem easier now because you can release your own music, or is it more daunting?
I think it's harder. Like, the barrier for entry is like a lot lower now, so it's more just, I think you're just trying to find your people that listen to your music. And for me, luckily it's been a lot of people in America listening. Yeah. And, I've always wanted to do the great American road trip of driving through America, like Almost Famous and things like that.
Right. Route 66.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's this famous longing to do that, I think.
Yeah, it's like a rite of passage as well for like singer-songwriters and things. Like, I grew up listening to Bruce Springsteen and things like that, so it's like I want to follow in that kind of footstep. Yeah,
and we were saying from your part of the world, Lord became such a huge star, Tame Impala, Kevin Parker, and so there always seems this relationship between Americans and Australians. Do you feel that?
I do. It's like I didn't know what to expect when I first came here, because it's been like my first shows in America. Yeah. And I'm like, what will they be like? And American fans have been a lot, but like in a really nice way. It's they really let you know whether they like you or not, which is nice. You definitely know what they're thinking or feeling, which is good. Especially
in the Boston area.
Yeah.
I love that. Americans are a lot. We definitely are. Which song of yours really broke through?
I'd say it's probably Blame the Moon has been the one that's been a bit of like a gateway. People have found it and then they've gone on to find other songs of mine. So it's been like a weird entry point, I think, for me. So it's...
And you were saying because you were with a band, then kind of worked a 9-to-5 job, and now you're back. You are older and more in control of your own career, right? You're going to be careful about that.
Relatively, yeah. We'll see
as
how control I can be in music.
And where can people find your music?
Hopefully, if I've done my job right, it's anywhere people are already listening to music. So
go to Spotify,
Apple,
go wherever.
Yeah.
Well, that's great. So great to meet you.
Thank you so
Best
much
of luck with the tour.
I appreciate it.
You have a beautiful voice. For somebody who thought he couldn't sing.
I still can't. Sorry. I appreciate it.
We won't tell anybody.
Okay, thank you.
So, Hazlett, thank you so much.